Hey guys, welcome to another exciting edition of Nolly's Movie Review with Lady Lighter. And today I'm super excited because I will be reviewing a movie from Nollywood-esque filmmaker. He actually directed and produced this particular one. Now we've seen October 1st, we've seen Figurine, we've seen Phone Swap, we've seen See You. Yes, I'm talking about Kunle Afolayan, but this time it gave us another feel, a cultural feel, telling us about what happens in every home every year. There is no way you would actually go through your life without facing this particular one. And yes, it titled this one Omugwo. Omugwo is an Igbo cultural practice where the mother visits her daughter who just delivered a baby. During this visit, the mother takes care of the newborn baby and her daughter for about the duration of 3 months or more. Okay, so in this one, Kunle Afolayan did a twist in that by not just telling us what Omugwo means, but instead, he actually gave us an insight in what happens in an African home. Now, you know, you get to see some women, after getting married and delivering their child, they feel, oh, they've achieved a lot in life and not taking good care of themselves. They don't see a reason to be attractive anymore. They leave their husband and so many things. And for some reasons, the guys too actually feel, okay, my wife now has a baby. I don't need to be with her all the time since she has achieved what she needs to get from the marriage. And then he gets to do so many things outside. So here I see what Kunle Afolayan has done, and for that I say thumbs up to Kunle Afolayan, because movies are not just meant to entertain us, they are meant to educate and also to inform us on the happenings around us. So guys, let's get into the review proper. Omugwo is actually centered around the family of Ray, where we have Raymond Ray, who is an OAP and was played by Ken Eric's Hugo, and his lovely wife, Omotide, who is a civil engineer and played by Omowunmi Dada. Then we have a mother who is an eye-class lady, can dance, that's what they called her in the movie, played by Adesanya. And yes, we have Mama G, Patient Uzoko, well done, ma, who actually played the role of Ken Eric's mother. Now, Omotide just delivered a baby girl, and the two mother-in-laws visited her in the hospital. And yes, there is a need for Omugwo, but for Omotide's mother, who is an eye-class lady, she doesn't really know about the child care and all of that. And Mama J finds this like, okay, it's an opportunity for her to actually get to do the Omugwo for her daughter-in-law, since that is what she's been longing for a very long time. Okay, for Adesanya, who doesn't like to be left out for no reason, she decided to forcefully force herself into a child's home. Now imagine when you have your two mother-in-laws under the same roof for a woman who just delivers a baby. Like, you just don't want to imagine what happened in that movie. So I leave you guys to go and watch the movie, which is still in the cinemas, and see everything that happened. Okay, now let's talk about the review. First of all, did I tell you that Kunle Afolayan also did the casting for this movie? Like, he really tried. And yes, I say thumbs up, sir, for doing a major casting.
This is Raymond Ray on Radio Lagos 107.5 FM.
Raymond! First, characterization. The movie started with Omotide, who's a civil engineer who's currently working on a site. The movie just started having her giving instructions and so many things until the camera got to her tummy. I was shocked because for any lady, you will know that this woman is due and shouldn't be working as hard as this. So I really cannot just comprehend what Kunle Afolayan was trying to do. But on the other hand, I thought about it like, yes, it wants to portray an hard-working civil engineer who is on set, and that's the character of Omotide. But I feel it would have just done something else with that. Maybe showing, having previous scenes and showing her working, and not that kind of tummy, because for any lady or any woman, at least you should stop working in your 8th month. That's why I said at least. Maybe you could do 7 or 6, but at least 8 months, and not 9 months. And I'm sure she knows that she's going to deliver soon. Because if you roll, when she called her mother on the phone, telling her mother that yes, she's in labor, her mother said that can't happen because in her diary, it says she's going to deliver 2 weeks later and not that particular time, which still boils down to the fact that it's a wrong interpretation. And that, for me, I find fault in that because, as I said earlier, Kunle Afolayan would have just twisted that thing by giving us more scenes rather than her being in that particular situation at that time. Again, moving on, when Omatide finally got to the hospital and she was on a bed in the labor room, I don't know if it has ever happened. I've never seen it. I've never heard any case like that until I watched this movie, Omugwo, where a woman who is in labor is holding her phone and calling and still having time to respond correctly. I feel at that point in time, everything surrounding a woman in labor is totally out of this world. Is it the energy they care to get at that point? That energy when a woman is in labor, they can actually bend an iron. And for her holding a phone calling and not even crushing the phone is what I cannot understand. Now she's actually pushing out and yes, still on the phone.
You're about to have the baby. Almost today, this is unacceptable.
And saying, Mommy, you're about to have your daughter, your granddaughter, and all of that. I feel Kunle Afolayan still, I know he wants to just bring out some relief and all, but he could have done it better by giving us something else. Because it is not, again, I repeat, it is not logical for a woman who is in labor to be holding her food and calling and not crushing that food. Again, I emphasize on the crushing. So I feel it is a no-no and Kunle Afolayan should have done better.
I think you're going to be happy that your granddaughter is about to come. Oh, don't get fresh with me.
Again, we have Candace, who was played by Adesanya, who is Omatide's mother. The movie portrayed her as an high-class lady, that societal classy mother, who is not ready to be a mother-in-law, but unfortunately, her Dada just put her in that place, so now she's a grandmother. You know, she's this high-class lady who loves to everything classy, chow chow, yo. You know, that's everything in the movie that she was saying all through. I really enjoyed Ayo Adesanya's character, but there's always a but. I don't understand when you're high-class, you're a good-to-go lady, and you carried a nail, the same cortex, the same shape, from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie without changing one thing. No, that can never happen. I mean, even in real life, fungi would have eaten everything, or probably the nail would have even removed. But in this movie, nothing of such happened. Mr. Kunle Afolayan, what went wrong? What went wrong? You know, the movie even says that everything happened in 3 months. So are you telling me that Adesanya carried that nail from the first month to the second month and the third month and no one noticed anything? That is no. Also, speaking of her hair, high society classy lady carrying one wig from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie. Please now, what is going on here? I don't understand why we don't even pay much attention to all these little details. You cannot carry one. Okay, obviously she was wearing a wig at the point. She removed the wig and like, okay, this is a wig. But she cannot just have one wig for 3 months. And while she was moving into the house, she carried a whole lot of things in her boots. So are you saying she picks just one wig from her home to do Omugwo for her daughter? That is a no-no. Also, speaking of her makeup, I like the old makeup in the movie, but Adesanya's makeup was a wrong thing. The only part I enjoyed her makeup, which was really sweet, was when she was taking a walk with the child and ended up in the supermarket. Yes, that was the only makeup I enjoyed in the movie. The rest were something I can't even speak about.
A time to celebrate and a time to laugh.
Hey! 2 is the sound and light. You know, the sound was so good, the audio was audible, we were hearing everything. It was going on smoothly until there was a part, okay, when they left the hospital and they got home, the sound changed. I didn't know what happened. Maybe the sound guy didn't just, the sound engineer didn't pay much attention, or probably he noticed this, but he couldn't do anything at that point in time. But there is nothing that cannot be done because I felt after a while it balanced and we enjoyed the old sound. So I just feel there was a lack there and it wasn't filled. That was the only part I saw that the audio was not good enough for me. Then the lightning. Oh, I love it. It was sweet. You know, when you say something is sweet, it is so sweet and clear. And what I really love most was the night, the bedroom scenes. You know, in most of the movies that I've been watching, you will definitely know that there is a light in this room that they're using to record. But instead, Kunle Afolayan didn't even do that. It was more like natural. You know, when you get that night scene, it's so natural. You won't even notice anything like, okay, there's a backlight or whatever, they're casting shadows. It came out so real, like, yes, he really did a good job. And what will you even expect from Kunle Afolayan anyway? Like, he is super dope when it comes to his profession. And let's go into the character of the baby. When Omotide delivered the baby girl, sweet girl, I gave Kunle Afolayan 100% because it gave us a real baby. And when I saw that baby, I'm like, the mother really tried to actually let a baby, you know, live in a baby for them to shoot, and until 8 weeks later. Now that transition, everything that happened, I still can't understand, because you gave us a real baby for a few weeks, and after 8 weeks, you're giving us a grown baby. I don't understand. Babies don't grow like that, Mr. Kunle Afolayan. What happened? You should have begged the mother of that particular child you used in the beginning to just let you continue, or you get us, I mean, a baby that could fit in 2 months, not a 6-month-old baby, and you're calling that a 3-month baby. No, the difference is so clear, and for me, I didn't enjoy that part, because at first I gave you, yes, a thumbs up to that, but switching and giving us a 6-month-old baby for a 3 months, that is not so cool. Lastly, I love the way Kunle Afolayan placed the sponsors. You know, it wasn't disturbing, unlike other movies that we see and we just see the sponsors' logos flying up and down, like, what is going on? But then he placed these ones very, very well. Even though we can see them glaring, but it wasn't disturbing at all. And that is a very, very good one, and is so professional. And overall, the movie is a fantastic movie. Trust me, I had a great laugh. I had a good laugh, and not just about laughing. I was educated, I was informed. You know, as a lady, I'm not even married, and I know what to do when I get married and when I actually deliver my first and my second and my third baby. You know, all these things. Kunle Afolayan, thank you so much. Let me even give you a dab on that. Okay, thank you so much, because the movie is so interesting. And for you guys, this is my own review. This is what I think about Omugwo, which has been directed and produced by Kunle Afolayan. So I leave you guys to also go back into the cinemas, get your tickets, watch the film, and come back to the comment section to tell me what you think about this movie, if I'm wrong or right. But definitely, I'm sure I gave you a very good review, so I'm waiting for your response and feedback. For that, you can also follow us on all our social media platforms.